What's up everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who collection video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Target book collection. So yeah, I'm just going to split this up into Doctor by Doctor, just so it's easier for me to take them off the shelf. Yeah, so to start with, we'll do the first Doctor. So I have An Unearthly Child. I probably need to get a better copy of this because it's got a lot of creases on it, especially one big one right down the middle. Yeah, so that's that. And then I have 4 different versions of Doctor and the Daleks. So we have the original Target print. And then I've got this reprint here with the like 70s style logo. Then I've got the Virgin reprint with the different artwork, which is really nice. I really like this artwork. And then the last one I have is the BBC reprint with the introduction by Neil Gaiman. And then got a copy of Edge of Destruction, Marco Polo, The Keys of Marinus, 2 copies of the Aztecs. The reason I have like duplicates of some of these books is because when I've been collecting them, I've been buying job lots on like eBay, so I always get doubles of books. So I have quite a few doubles and reprints and stuff like that. So the next one is the Sensorites. This one's in really good condition as well. The Reign of Terror, Planet of Giants, so we got 2 copies of Dalek Invasion of Earth. This I believe is the original release, because this one doesn't have the library number on it, whereas this one does, as 17. Yeah, interested in this cover because that's the ship from the Dalek movie, I think. Well, I'm pretty sure it is actually. And this is a movie Dalek, but it's obviously the plunger and the gunner on the wrong way around. And I don't believe the Robomen did not look like that in the story either. And then I have the reprint, or the Virgin reprint of Dalek Invasion of Earth. I think this is for a lot of these Virgin reprints, I think they use the covers they used on the videos. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the cover they used on the video. I could be wrong though. Then we have one of the rarer books that I have, The Rescue. I mean, it's got a crease down the side, but I keep it in this poly bag just to keep it safe, because this book was really expensive and it was quite hard to track down as well. Then we've got the Romans. I got 4 different versions of the Crusade. So we've got the original print here. Then I have this this other one. I think it's exactly the same. Then I've got this reprint here with the 70s logo. And the artwork is, I don't know if you can tell, but the artwork is slightly cut off at the bottom. So, and then we have the BBC reprint with the introduction by Charlie Higson. Then I've got the original print of the Doctor and the Zarbi, which is Doctor and the Web Planet. And then we have the BBC reprint. And I have Space Museum, The Chase, which is the I think there's a reprint of this as well. I might try and track that down because my copy's got quite a few creases on it. The original print of the Time Meddler, and then we have the reprint. It's just exactly the same cover, but they flipped it. I'm not sure why they've done that. Then we have Galaxy 4. The Myth Makers. Got 2 copies here of Mission to the Unknown, which is the Dalek Master Plan Part 1. The reason I have 2 is because like one's in better condition than the other one. And then I also have 2 copies of Mutation of Time, which is the Dalek Master Plan Part 2, with the rather nice red and silver Dalek with blue hemispheres, which I would actually really like a figure of this, because I think it's an interesting looking Dalek. I don't think it ever actually appeared, because the Supreme is actually black and blue, but yeah, it's a nice variant of a Dalek. And then I've got the original print of the Massacre and the Virgin reprint. And then we have the Ark, the Celestial Toymaker, the Gunfighters, the Savages, the War Machines, the Smugglers, the original print, or the first print of Doctor Who and the Cybermen. It says the first Cybermen eventually there on the bottom. And then we have the, I think this is the library reprint with 62 on it. And the colours are a bit more vibrant. If I just compare the two, yeah, you can see the colours are a bit more vibrant on this reprint. And then the last one for the first Doctor I have is the BBC reprint with the introduction by Tom McAree. So yeah, that's the first Doctor done. Now we'll just move on to the second Doctor. Right, so moving on to the second Doctor, we have I've actually got 2 copies of Power of the Daleks here, which was one of the last Target books to be released actually. I think it was this, Evil of the Daleks, and Paradise of Death were the final Target books to be released. So yeah, that's Evil. That's Power, sorry. Then we got the Highlanders, the Underwater Menace, the first print of Doctor Who and the Cybermen. Some of these books were actually my dad's, that's why the condition of them is not brilliant. And then we have the reprint of Doctor Who and the Cybermen with the slightly cut off artwork. I really don't like these reprints with the cut off artwork. The artwork is so nice that it's just such a shame that they cut the artwork. Then we've got one of the reprints of Doctor Who and the Cybermen with, I think these are like the Wheel in Space Cybermen on these as well, so it's the wrong Cybermen, and actually these are the wrong Cybermen anyway. These are the Invasion Cybermen, where these are completely wrong design. And then we have the BBC book release of Doctor Who and the Cybermen with the introduction by Gareth Roberts. Then we have the Macra Terror. Got 2 copies here of the Faceless ones. And then I have Evil of the Daleks. I've got 2 copies here. One is actually like really bad conditioned, and it's actually been what do you call it? It's been protected, so yeah, it's just in really bad condition. So I use this one as like the reading copy, and then I like to have this one on the shelf as just the like pristine one, but it's still got damage on the bottom of the spine here, but it's in a much better condition than this one. Then we have the original print of Tomb of the Cybermen. I am trying to get the reprint. I think it's the Virgin reprint. But yet again, it's the wrong design for the Cybermen. This is the Invasion Cybermen. Then we have the original print of Doctor Who and the Abominable Snowmen. This is actually one of my favourite books. I really love this book. I've read it several times. Actually, both Yeti books, Abominable Snowmen and The Web of Fear, are really good books if you get the chance to read them. Then there's the 70s reprint with the cut-off artwork again. And then the BBC reprint with the introduction by Stephen Baxter. And then we have the original print of Doctor Who and the Ice Warriors, and then the BBC print with the introduction by Mark Gatiss. Then the first print of Enemy of the World, and the Virgin reprint. And then I have actually quite a few copies of the Web of Fear here. So one of them is my dad's, and the other is just ones I got in bundles. So this one is actually my dad's copy. So this is the first print. And then I actually have one as well. It's got a different kind of colour on the spine. This one's more of a purple colour. Then we got the 70s reprint with the slightly cut off artwork again. The 80s reprint. And then we have I've got two copies here of the Virgin reprint as well. And then the BBC reprint. Yeah, the Web of Fear book is absolutely amazing. I used to read this a lot, especially before the story was recovered. I used to read this a lot, yeah. It's one of my favourite stories. Then we got Fury from the Deep. Then I've got another rare one here, the Weed in Space. Like with the Rescue, this one's in a poly bag as well, just to keep it protected, because it was very expensive and it was hard to track down. And I think this is actually the only... No, the Invasion does as well, but it actually has the correct Cyberman on the front compared to the other Second Doctor ones, which don't. So then we've got the first print of the Dominators, the Virgin reprint with... This is definitely the video artwork. I remember the video for this. Then we got the Mind Robber, first print, and then the Virgin reprint with the video artwork on it. Then I've got two copies of the Invasion. Obviously one's tattered and the other one's much better condition. Yeah. Then we have the Crotons. Then this book was actually quite hard for me to track down as well, and it was a little expensive. The Seeds of Death. We have the Space Pirates. And finally I have two copies of the War Games. Yeah, one's a library reprint with number 70 on it. So yeah, so that's my Second Doctor collection. Now we go on to the Third Doctor. Right, so we move on to the Third Doctor. So I have the original print of the Auton Invasion, which is Spearhead from Space. Now I also have another one with... This has got a slightly different spine cover to the original, and it's a bit thicker as well. So yeah, that's those. Then I also have the reprint, the BBC reprint as well. Then we got Doctor Who and the Cave Monsters, which is Doctor Who and the Silurians. So that's the first print. Then we have this other print here, but as you can see, it doesn't have the based on the popular BBC television serial on it. So yeah, and as with the Auton Invasion as well, this book's slightly thicker and a different spine colour, so it's quite an odd variant. Then we have this 70s reprint here, and I have this other 70s reprint here, but I think this is actually a library one, which has number 9 on it, but this one doesn't, so yeah. And then we have the BBC reprint with the introduction by Terrance Dicks, and I also have the Virgin reprint, which actually has the correct name, the Silurians. Well, it should actually be Doctor Who and the Silurians, but yeah. And then I have the reprint of the Ambassadors of Death. I still need to get the first print. I think it's got the Third Doctor on the front cover of the first print. And then one of my favourite Third Doctor stories here, Inferno. Pretty nice cover as well. I really love the covers of these Target books. Just the drawings are just amazing. And then we go on to... So I have 2 copies here of Terror of the Autons. One's in slightly better condition, but they're both not in that great condition. But yeah, it's Terror of the Autons. Just put these here. Then I have a rather battered copy of The Mind of Evil. Still need to get a better copy of this. Then we have the first print of Doctor Who and the Claws of Axos. And then we have the rather odd reprint here with the Axons as crinoids for some reason. It's really weird why they're painted green. Then we have a rather pristine version of Doctor Who and the Doomsday Weapon, which is Colony in Space. It's kept in a poly bag just because this copy hasn't got any marks or scratches or any dents or anything on it. So we've just kept it in this poly bag to keep it nice and pristine. And then we have this this version here, which does have a chunk out of the spine, few like shelf wear on it as well. But yeah, it's a good book as well. And then we have this reprint here, the rather nice picture of Roger Delgado's Master. And then we have 2 copies of the first print of the Daemons. One of them is in slightly better condition than the other one. And then we have the Virgin reprint with the rather nice video artwork. Yeah, I really like this cover. And moving on, we have 2 copies of Day of the Daleks. One's got a rather nice... I think it's got sticky back plastic. Yeah, this one's got sticky back plastic on it. Which I get why people do it, but I just wish people wouldn't do it. Yeah, so we have 2 copies of that. So I have the reprint, which I don't particularly like this cover. I think this cover is rather dull. And then we have the BBC reprint with the introduction by Gary Russell. And then I have 2 copies here of Doctor Who and the Curse of Peladon. One of them's got a different coloured spine. Then we have this reprint here of with the 70s logo. The Virgin reprint with the rather nice artwork. I quite like that cover. And then I've got Doctor Who and the Sea Devils. This was my dad's copy. It's one of his favourite books as well, and I have to say it's actually one of my favourite books as well. I've read this book several times. So we've got this rather battered copy here. And then we have this copy here in this bubble wrap. The reason it's in the bubble wrap is because we actually got a really nice copy of this book. So yeah, we're just trying to keep it in as nice as condition as possible. So that's why it's wrapped up in that. Then we have the first print of Doctor Who and the Mutants. Then we have this reprint here with the different Target book logo, and it's one of the library ones as well. It's number 44. And then I have this rather battered copy of Doctor Who and the Time Monster, which I need to try and get a better copy of this. So we've got the first print of Doctor Who, The Three Doctors, and this is rather battered. I need to try and get a better copy of this. Really good book though. I much prefer the book of this than the TV story, to be honest. The jail guards are completely different. They're like actual people, and when they get blown up, they reassemble in different parts and stuff. It's and Omega's world is completely different. It's like a really nice palace, and it's, yeah. If you can pick this book up, it's really worth reading. I really enjoyed this. So yeah, we've got 2 copies here of this reprint. One's got the new Target logo, as you can see in the top corner there, and one's got the original one. Rather nice cover, that one. And then we've got the Virgin reprint here, also a nice cover. I think the Three Doctors actually has really good covers for all the books. And then the BBC reprint. This is the one I read with the Alistair Reynolds introduction. Then we have 2 copies of Carnival of Monsters. Does one of them? No. Yes, one of them does have sticky back plastic on it. This one. Yeah. And then we got the reprint here. And then I have the first print of Doctor Who and the Space War, which is Frontier in Space. Yeah. And then I've got this reprint here with a different Target logo and also a different coloured font. And then we have another one of my favourite books, Doctor Who and Planet of the Daleks. Really nice cover, this one. It's one of my favourite covers out of all the Target books. Just really like that cover. So yeah, that's the first print. Then we have this reprint here with the green Doctor Who logo. Then we have the Virgin reprint. And then 2 copies of Doctor Who and the Green Death. And then we have my dad's battered copy of the Time Warrior. And then I've got this library version of the Time Warrior, which is in really good condition, actually. Then the Virgin reprint. And then the original release of Doctor Who and the Dinosaur Invasion, with a rather nice comic style art cover. Then the BBC reprint. And then my childhood copy of Doctor Who Death to the Daleks. Yeah, I've read this book quite a lot, and it has quite a lot of creases on it. So I actually bought another one, which is I keep in a pristine, in a poly bag, just to keep it nice and pristine, because this is actually a really nice copy of this. So I don't think it's ever been read. So yeah, try to keep that in nice condition as possible. Then Doctor Who and the Monster of Peladon. This is the first print with the original Target logo. Then I have a reprint here with the new Target logo and the library number 43. Then we got this reprint here, Virgin reprint. Then the original release of Doctor Who and Planet of Spires with a rather nice cover, even showing the regeneration. And then we've got the reprint here. Yeah. So that's my 3rd Doctor collection. We'll move on to the 4th Doctor. Right, so move on to the 4th Doctor. So to start with, we've got the first print of Doctor Who and the Giant Robot, which is Robot. Rather nice cover, that one. And then we've got this completely destroyed reprint here. The reason this is in such bad condition is I actually, when I was a kid, I'd actually nicked this from school. And it's just got completely deteriorated. So I probably need to get another copy of that. Then we have the Ark in Space. So I've actually got 2 copies of this. It felt like it had sticky back plastic, but it doesn't. I've read all the books of season 12, apart from I'm just currently finishing Revenge of the Cybermen. But so far, this is my favourite book out of season 12. I absolutely love this story. And the book is amazing. So yeah, pick up this BBC reprint because it's a really good book. And this one's so this is the BBC reprint with the Stephen Moffat introduction. Then I've got 2 copies here of Sontaran Experiment. One's in a much better condition than the other one. Then we've got the first print of Doctor Who and Genesis of the Daleks. Rather nice picture of Davros on the front cover there. And then I also have the BBC reprint. Then we got the first print of Doctor Who and Revenge of the Cybermen. And then I've got this Virgin reprint. As you can see, it's got my bookmark in it, because this is the copy I'm currently reading. Then we have Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster. I've actually got 2 copies of this. One's in a poly bag because it's in pretty pristine condition. But this is just Doctor Who and Terror of the Zygons. And then we also have the reprint here, the BBC reprint with the Michael Moorcock introduction. And then we have the Virgin reprint here with the correct title of Terror of the Zygons. Then we've got Planet of Evil. I'm not too keen on this cover, I don't think it looks very good. Then one of my favourite stories of all time, The Pyramids of Mars. Yeah, I absolutely love this story. And then we've got the reprint here, the 80s reprint, which is a rather nice cover. I think there is another reprint. I think there's a Virgin reprint as well, which I should probably try and track down. Then we got Doctor Who and the Android Invasion. The book has a much better ending than the TV story. Doctor Who and the Brain of Morbius. I actually have 2 copies of that. Yeah, one's in much better condition than the other one. And then Doctor Who and the Seeds of Doom with a rather nice cover. Next we have Doctor Who and the Mask of Mandragora. Doctor Who and the Hand of Fear. Doctor Who and the Deadly Assassin with a rather nice picture of Peter Pratt's master. Doctor Who and the Face of Evil. The first print of Doctor Who and the Robots of Death, with a rather odd looking gold Vok robot. Yeah, that's rather strange. And then we have this reprint here. This cover always makes it look like it is the big bobblehead Vok robot. Yeah, I'm not too keen on this cover. Then Doctor Who and the Talons of Weng Chiang. Great story, that one. And then I have 2 copies here of Doctor Who and the Horror of Fang Rock. Doctor Who and the Invisible Enemy. Doctor Who and the Image of the Fendal. Doctor Who and the Sunmakers. Doctor Who and the Underworld. And Doctor Who and the Invasion of Time. So we move on to the Key to Time books. So I've got the got 2 copies here of the Ribos Operation. Rather nice cover, that. I quite like that cover. And then we've got one of the new books which finally completes the Target collection. Doctor Who and the Pirate Planet. I think it was this and the the City of Death, and the 2 Eric Saward Dalek stories, Revelation, Resurrection of the Daleks, were the only Target books never released, and then BBC finally commissioned them to release the books. So now we have a complete collection of every story in Target form, for the classic series anyway. Doctor Who and the Stones of Blood. Doctor Who and the Androids of Tara. Doctor Who and the Power of Kroll. And then I have the first print here of Doctor Who and the Armageddon Factor. And then this reprint here with the new Target logo. Then we got the first print here of Doctor Who and Destiny of Daleks. This rather nice reprint cover here, with a Michael Wisher Davros. Then one of the new ones, Doctor Who City of Death. The first print of Doctor Who and the Creature from the Pit. Don't like this story at all. Then we've got a reprint here with the new Target logo. I've actually got 2 copies here of Doctor Who and the Nightmare of Eden. And then also 2 copies of the Horns of Nimon. I'll just move these books out of the way. And we just have the season 18 books left for 4th Doctor. So we've got 2 copies here of of Doctor Who and the Leisure Hive. Then we've got this reprint with the different Target logo. Meglos. 2 copies here of Full Circle, Doctor Who in the State of Decay, the first print of Doctor Who and Warriors Gate. Then I've got this reprint here with the different Target logo. The first print of Keeper of Traken, and the Virgin reprint, and then the first print of Logopolis. Rather nice picture of Auntie Amy's master there. And finally, for the 4th Doctor, I have the reprint of Logopolis. So yeah, that's the 4th Doctor shelf. So we'll move on to the 5th Doctor. Right, so we're going to the 5th Doctor now. So I have the first print of Castrovalva, the Virgin reprint, the first print of Fall to Doomsday, and the Virgin reprint, Kinder, the first print of The Visitation, the Virgin reprint, and the BBC reprint with a rather nice cover. Black Orchid. Actually, I have 2 copies of Black Orchid. First print of Earthshock. I don't know why, but in the 80s, this for Peter Davis's Doctor, they just really steals from the story, and it just does not do the covers justice because it's just such a bad cover. Thank God they re-released them, like this one, the reprint, which is a really nice cover with the Cyber Leader, Doctor and Adric on it. And then Time Flight, with yet again a horrible cover. Arc of Infinity, one of the most bland covers I've ever seen. Snake Dance, that's not a bad cover. Mordred Undead, that's just awful. Then the reprint with a better cover. Terminus, Enlightenment, the King's Demons, this second print of the 5 Doctors with a really nice shiny cover, and then we have the Virgin reprint with the video artwork, which I really like this. Then we got 2 copies here of the first print of Warriors of the Deep, and then the Virgin reprint. Then the Virgin reprint of The Awakening. Terrible story, I really did not like that story. Frontios. Then one of the new ones, Resurrection of the Daleks. It's really nice to finally have this on the shelf, and it's got a very nice cover as well. And then we have Planet of Fire. And finally, for the 5th Doctor, the Cage of Androzani. So yeah, that's the 5th Doctor. Then we'll move on to the 6th Doctor. Right, so for the 6th Doctor, I have the Twin Dilemma, Attack of the Cybermen. It's a rather nice cover, that one. Marker of the Rani, the first print of Vengeance on Varos, and then the BBC reprint with the rather nice artwork. Timelash, the second edition of the 2 Doctors. One of the new ones, Revelation of the Daleks, with a very, very nice cover. I really like this cover a lot. Yeah, just finally glad to have the complete set of six Doctor stories in book form. Then we've got this Virgin book, Nightmare Fair. So they released a few of the lost stories, which Big Finish later did audios for. So we have the Nightmare Fair, Mission to Magnus, and The Ultimate Evil. Then we've got The Mysterious Planet, which is part 1 of Trial of a Time Lord. Mind Warp, which is part 2. Terror of the Vervoids, which is part 3. And finally, The Ultimate Foe, which is part 4. Yeah, so that's the 6th Doctor, and then we'll move on to the 7th Doctor. Right, so 7th Doctor. So we have the first edition of Time in the Rani. It's just kept in this poly bag to keep it safe. We've got the Virgin reprint here. I've got the Virgin reprint of Paradise Towers. The first print of Delta and the Bannerman. The Virgin reprint of Delta and the Bannerman. The first print of Dragonfire. The Virgin reprint of Dragonfire. Remembrance of the Daleks with a really nice cover. The Happiness Patrol. The first print of Silver Nemesis. See, this is what I was saying with the sticky back plastic. Someone's put the sticky back plastic on this, and it's completely like wrecked the cover because they just not put it on well. So it's got all these creases all over it. And then we have the reprint of Silver Nemesis. The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. The first print of Battlefield. Really nice cover, that one. And then we have the BBC reprint of Battlefield. Then we've got Ghostlight. The Curse of Fenric. And finally, for the 7th Doctor, Survival. So that's the 7th Doctor done. Now, just to finish off, I'll show you all the miscellaneous books that I've got. So, I've got the Paradise of Death, which was one of the final books to be released. Doctor and the Pescatons, which was a radio story. And the same for Slipback, which is a 6th Doctor story. And then I have one of these companions of Doctor Who, which is Turlough and the Earth-Link Dilemma. I think there's a Harry Sullivan one. I think it's called Harry Sullivan's War as well, which I still need to pick up. Then we've got this Doctor Who in the Library of Time, which came from Doctor Who magazine, I think, which has like extracts from a bunch of different Target books. I'll never read that. Then we've got these Pinnacle books here. So we've got Doctor Who and the Dinosaur Invasion. So from what I believe is, I think these are US Doctor Who books. And I don't think the Doctor features on any of these covers. But so yeah, we have the Dinosaur Invasion there. Revenge of the Cybermen, with a rather weird looking Cybermen on the front cover and a really weird looking Vogan. And then Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster, or Terror of the Zygons. Yeah, those books are really weird. The only reason I have them is because they came in a bundle. So then we've got this Doctor Who Programme Guide, Volume 1. And I also have Volume 2. And then we've got the Terrestrial Index. Puzzle book. The Doctor Who quiz book. The second Doctor Who quiz book. The third Doctor Who quiz book. Brain Teasers and Mind Benders. Crossword book. The Making of Doctor Who. The Dalek Special. And then I actually have a few more. I'm just going to go and get those. Right, so the final few Target books I have are... We've got Doctor Who, the Monster Book, which is a really good book. And has a really nice poster of this front cover included in it. Then we've got the second Doctor Who Monster Book. Doctor Who, the Dinosaur Book, which has another poster of this cover in it. Doctor Who Discovers Space Travel. Doctor Who Discovers the Conquerors. Doctor Who Discovers Early Man. And the final thing I have, it isn't actually a Target book, but it's this the Target book, which is the history of all the Doctor Who Target books. Really great book. If you are interested in Target novels, I highly recommend this book. It's excellent, and it even has this section on the back which shows you every single cover for every single Target book they released. So yeah, it's just, I love looking through these and thinking, oh, I don't have that one, I don't have that one. So yeah, yeah, excellent book. So yeah, that's my complete Target collection, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's more collection videos to come. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.